Foot's all right, of course it all deep, and to be bred last night.
I know it's Valentine, the morning works look fine. You know the jockeys, brothers are a friend of mine. And just a minute, boys, I got the feedbox noise. It says the great-grandfather was equipoise.
I tell you, Paul Revere, now this is no bum steer. It's from a handicapper that's real sincere.
I'm picking Valentine, cause on the morning line, the guy's got him figured at 5 to 9.
Hello racing fans, and welcome to another edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, along with Drew Forster. We're going to go through the Sunday, October 7th races at Hastings Racecourse. We do have 7 races on tap. Should be a great day. No stakes race. We're saving those for the holiday Monday, Thanksgiving Day. We do have 2 stakes races tomorrow on the Monday, October 8th program, the BC Premiers and the Ballerina. Yeah,
that'll be a great day. Today's some interesting races today, too. Of course, the last leg of the Pacific Customs Brokers Marathon Series. Only 5 go postward, but a competitive 5. It should be an interesting race. It's going to be a long race anyway.
It's going to be a long one. All right, let's get right into the first half of the Daily Double. Got some $4,000 claimers, fillies and mares here. Non-winners at 2 going a mile in the 16th. I'm going to end up on the 1 horse here, Maury's Glory. I thought a pretty good race considering she didn't get the best of trips last time. The 3rd place run behind Silver Street, who had dropped down in class. Golden Years had run a big race out there on the head end, and those 2 kind of got away from Maury's Glory. I know perhaps would like to have been a little bit closer to the pace, but I think today she'll be closer to the pace, and Maury's Glory might be able to get the job done. I put the 7 horse Perfect Light in the 2nd spot, calling for Perez Exactor. Got into quite a bit of trouble at the head of the lane. You know, Mario was coming up the inside. The front 3 horses just absolutely backed right up, and he had no shot. There was just absolutely no room. She had to alter late just to even get 4th, and but she's bred to run on. Her dam one going long, and she's bred to run on, being by Perfect Soul. So I think we could see a better Perfect Light. And I put the 6 horse Doreen's Delight on the class drop in for 3rd. She's fallen off of form. You know, I thought she could have run a little bit better against those fractions last time. Made a little bit more of an impression than 5th by 12, but I'm going to give her a pass on that one. It was her first race in quite a while, but I do like the 1 and 7. I went 1-7-6.
I took a bit of a flyer, went to the outside to the 9 out of the Jody Rossenbarn, Free the Blues. A big run last, 2 starts ago, broke his main for fun with Amadeo on the irons. Comes back in a 15 against Bold Pretense and Eliodora. Wine Thief, I think, ran a big race that day. So it was a pretty tough race. Now it drops right down to the 4,000 non-2 level. So I'll take a shot with Free the Blues, the outside horse in here. 2nd spot, a horse you mentioned, Maury's Glory, for the reasons you mentioned. He ran a Silver Street Golden Years last time. It was a pretty tough race for those conditions. So I definitely like her. I have her in 2nd spot. And 3rd spot, Doreen's Delight, as you mentioned. The start 3 back, that 25 against Commandress, and with Satellite to be in that.
Puts her in a good spot.
Yeah, puts her in a really good spot. She has fallen off a little since then, but maybe she can regain her form. She had a little break, comes back, 2nd start off the break. Maybe she gets her legs going a little bit there. 2nd race, this is the PCB, last leg of the Marathon Series this year. Going 1.5 miles. I see it kind of as a 2 horse race. With the 3rd spot kind of sewn up as well. I like Texas Buccaneer. Texas Buccaneer and Yvette's Pride, I think, are the 2 standouts here.
Yeah, I agree.
I took Texas Buccaneer to try and turn the tables on Yvette's Pride. Yvette's Pride got the better of him last time. But Yvette's Pride kind of had the lead to himself after a while in the race. You know, it's a long race. And for a while, he kind of had the lead to himself, was able to slow it down and kind of relax. And when Texas Buccaneer made his run at him, he was still fresh, right? He kind of kicked away from him a little bit. So I'm thinking if Texas Buccaneer can go up, maybe put a little more pressure on him early, he can wear him down. And I think Texas Buccaneer might be the better horse. So Yvette's Pride in 2nd, and then Diablo Pass, horse who just missed 2 back, then was a clear-cut 3rd to these horses in the last. I think is clearly the 3rd best horse in the race. I got 4-5-3.
Yeah, I just reversed the top 2. It's a 3 horse. I mean, it's 5-4-3 or 4-5-3 to me. Same as you're thinking. Yvette's Pride, though, to me is a real racehorse. He knows how to win races. He's a professional. He's won 16 times. Texas Buccaneer knows how to lose races at times, and he's won 4. True. But perhaps the 1.5 miles is the equalizer. We'll see. But Yvette's Pride is going to get the lead. Going to get a simple 52 half again, and you got to run by this horse. He's a tough horse. When he gets hooked, you look a lot of his races. He wins by noses and necks because he fights off other horses, and I love that quality in a horse, and he seems to have it. He's a cool horse. I think he'll hold off Texas Buccaneer, but you're right. Those two horses. Head and shoulders above the balance, and Diablo Pass is head and shoulders
better
above
than
the
the
next
other two.
two.
Yeah.
So I went 5, 4, and 3. On to the third race, $5,000 claimers going 6.5 furlongs. I'm going to go to the 4 horse in here. Include the Grand. Looks like she's the speed of the race. I know Diana's Legacy, Dynalite, Undo It is dropping. There's some tough competition in here, but they're not speed. Include the Grand has got the right kind of speed.
Gas,
and she can put good races together. She's shown it in the past. When she gets good, Dave Milburn gets, he's got the key to her, and she definitely runs well for Dave. And when she's in form, stay on her.
She's tough.
Stay with her.
Pedro
Alvarado will ride, and that's certainly not going to hurt her chance. He's been on her many times in the past. She gets the lead. I think she plays Catch Me If You Can. I put the 6 Diana's Legacy in the second spot. Maybe not as good as she was last year, but still good enough to be a threat in here, I think. And if Include the Grand is getting a bit of the wobbles in the stretch, then Diana's Legacy might be the one picking her off. And I put the 2 horse, the 3-year-old filly, Undo It in here for third. It's tough running against older mares, but Undo It is on a class drop here, and I'll give her some respect. She's a nice filly out of an excellent barn. So I'm going to put her in the third spot. I went 4, 6, and 2.
I have the same horses. I feel with what worries me about Include the Grand is Dynalite might go with her. JJ's Wander has some speed. Pay Me Notice has shown some speed in the past. I'm thinking maybe she gets pressured, and I think it sets up then for Dinah's Legacy. So I put Dinah's Legacy on top. Another horse that could be right there, as you mentioned, Undo It. I like Undo It. She's coming out of a lot tougher races, like against Queen's Vicar and those kind of horses.
She's a 3-year-old, though, and that's
she is a 3-year-old.
That bothers me about running against these salty older mares.
It is a tougher challenge for her. And then I put Include the Grand in third spot, just because I think that she might be compromised early. Be getting a little weary in the stretch. I think maybe the other 2 might pass her. So I got 6, 2, and 4. On to the 4th, claiming 5,000 non-winners of the year. Going a mile 16th for older horses. And I have gone to the 8th, Warrant's Tony R. Horses had 2 starts here over this track. I really liked him last time. He got beat by a very hot hornblower. With no hornblower in here, I think now he's had 2 starts over the track. His third one should be his best effort. Hamill sticks for Craig McPherson in our BC Derby winning connections here with Mr. Redicop. Got Warrant Tony R on top. In the second spot, I put Sufi Dancer. Hasn't run since about 3 weeks now. Last time was in one of the PCB Customs Brokers Series. That day got beat by Vets Pride, Texas Buccaneer and them. Was entered back a week later. Monica Russell thought better of it. Scratched that day, waited for this race. I think Sufi Dancer with regular rider Marlowe done in the arms has a good shot in here. After that, I was kind of stumped. I looked around, tried to find one. I ended up going with Whistler Gold in a new barn for Sylvia Gregory. Just had the 1 start. I know with Dave Forrester, I never thought this horse could go long, so he always sprinted him. The one time that he did go long, though, was in a stake against In His Glory and Jump Up and Kiss Me in a Raymond, so it was a tough spot. So with his breeding, I don't think I'll give him a shot.
At this level, maybe for 5,000 he can go long. For 25,000 when Dave had it, it's tough to go long.
Exactly. So I'll give him a shot going long, just something different for him. So I'll put him in the third spot. So I got 8, 4, and 5.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the 4-horse Sufi Dancer. I've picked this horse a few times. He's been scratched a few times. He's probably the most scratched horse this year, Sufi Dancer. But the horse can run. When he's in races, like when he's in position to win, this horse wins races. And, obviously the connections felt that the marathon wasn't in his best interest. But at this level, I think he can win the money. I know he's not going to get any picnics running against Warrant's Tony R., who's a seasoned, grizzled veteran that's won on this tough Southern California circuit. And it was a tough luck loser to Hornblower last time. Kind of hung a little bit, which bothered me. But I'm going to go to Sufi Dancer. There's no speed in this race. Sufi Dancer goes to the front, and I just think he's pretty game on the head end.
Can run all day when he gets there,
Yeah, maybe not a mile and a half, but he can run a mile and a 16th, which which is all he is asked to do today. So I'm going to put Sufi Dancer on top, Warren's Tarniar in for second, and the one Northway, I'm going to give him a shot for third. He's a horse that's always in the mix. Kind of a cool horse that's run some good races. I'm going to go 4, 8, and 1. On to the fifth race, some non-3 $3,000 claimers here. Fillies and mares going 6.5 furlongs. I went to the 5 here, a 5-yard penalty. It's a number of horses when they're on the right number.
That's
Game
right.
7,
Game
one
7.
when he was number 7. A 3 would one when he was number 3. I don't want to put too much into it, but anyway, 5-yard penalty.
You can't.
I am. I've already wasted too much time. But a good runner-up effort to Victoria's Spirit last time. I think she can probably get to the lead in here. I'm just looking at the inside 4 horses, not speed. Flame a Few has a little bit of speed. The outside ones, no. Fun again, I guess. A 5-yard penalty, bottom line, in an 11-horse field is going to get a good and favorable trip. And off of her races at this level, I think she's going to be very dangerous. I like 5-yard penalty a lot. I put the 7, Flame a Few, in for second. Just finished winning this condition. But going to have to run against a pretty good 5-yard penalty. I don't know if they're going to be good enough. We'll see. And I put the 10, BMT. I was between BMT or the 9, Exotic Light, for third. Neither, I think, is, I don't know, good enough to maybe beat the 5 or the 7, but definitely good enough to beat the balance of the field. So I went 5, 7, and 10, but I definitely like 5-yard penalty with Marlowe Dunn.
I agree with you. And the 110 pounds won't hurt either. I put 5-yard penalty on top as well for the reasons you mentioned. Going to get a favorable trip in here, as you said, and definitely fits this condition just perfectly. In second spot, I put Fun Again. Out of the Terry Clyde barn.
Position. This horse will get position.
This horse will get position too. And 2 starts ago, she ran against Bespoke and Include the Grand, run third to those horses in a non-worthy of the year 5. Those races are pretty tough. She was eligible for the non-3 3000, which they entered her in the next week. She came up, had a little problem or something, so they scratched her. We didn't see her again till late last month. That was in the beginning of July. Showed up again late last month, end of September, and was right near the front and then just faded. What she figured to do, she's been off a long time. I think second start off the layoff. She's right in the hunt here with leading rider Amadeo Perez. I got her in second. And a horse that always seems to run second or third, BMT, the 10 horse, I put her in third because it's where she always seems to end up in these races. She's been running these races all year and she always seems to be third, so why not try her again there?
Spot to put her.
5, 10, and 11 for me in the 5th race. On to the 6th, Fillies and Mares, claiming 7,500. And I have gone to the 8 horse in here. This is a good race, actually. I went to the 8 Random Highs. More offer races 3, 4 starts back when she was really hot in the $15,000, $25,000 level. She was cranking them out. Then they went up and ran her against Overvalued and Claire's Mizing them in the Derby Bar and Grill, Ladies Express Stakes, sponsored by your own Derby Bar and Grill. That might have taken a bit out of her because when they dropped her back down to the 12.5 level, there wasn't much left. Granted, that was against Dash and Daisy in my bailout. That was a 15, sorry. But now she goes in for 7,500, gets leading rider Amadeo Perez. A few things pointing her way, so I got Random Highs on top. In the second spot, I put Lady Sasha. Kind of a distance specialist. Another one ran in the Breeders' Cup, the BC Cup, Distaff. Yeah, kind of the same thing, pretty much. Then they brought her back for claiming 3,000. I think now she gets back maybe on the winning track. She's definitely a mare that could win for 7,500. Fernando Perez sticks with. Got her in second. And the third spot, I put Vine Tiger, another one that was off for some time, beginning of August till late September. Come back, ran against Dash and Daisy, my bailout, Lasting Spice, those tough horses. She finds herself in here, second start off the layoff. Richard Hamill, very positive signs from her too. So 8, 7, and 4 for me. Yeah,
I've gone to the 8 Random Highs, but not with a lot of.
I'm
not that confident.
I went to the exactly.
I think her form is turning like the wrong way, and when mares turn, it doesn't matter what level they're at, as you know.
And when they turn the other way too, when they get good,
they can fly up the claiming ladder, but they go up and down. And just there was not a lot of effort last time, and when there's no effort for 15. That doesn't mean dropping for 75 ensures a victory, and it's not the case. I'm going to pick her, but I'm very cautious about that selection. So I got her in the top. I put the 4 Vine Tiger in for second. Anytime this mare has been united with Richard Hamill, there's been nothing but good things happen, and he's got the key to her. She's not the easiest filly to ride, or mare to ride. and especially going mile 16. You can't fight her too much, and you got to kind of relax her, and she runs good races. She was shuffled back, had no luck last time in the Dashing Daisy race, was actually quite a bit better than Random Highs, but still, Random Highs is definitely more accomplished going along than Buying Tiger is, which is why I just kind of leaned that way. I put the 3 Dream in the Dark in for third. Pretty easy score against $5,000 claimers, but I think she's ready for a jump up in class. There's not a lot of pace in here. I think she'll get a good trip. Near the pace, it shouldn't be fast, probably 48 and change, 113, and she's got to have a shot from there, and so I'm going to give her a chance as well. She hasn't really run a bad race all year. She's pretty cool, man.
No, she is having a good year, and another one, as you mentioned, with getting confidence off a win could.
That's right. Could be up for this tougher task. But I went 8, 4, and 3. All right, on to the final race on our 7-race Sunday card. Maiden 3 granders, Colts and Geldings here going 6.5 furlongs. I'm going to give the 2 GN Victor 1. I probably can't pick him again because he was out for the year. But I'm going to give him one more shot sprinting here. His last 2 runs, he's been hooked on the pace. I think likely he will get the head end to himself, and I'm hoping that will be enough to get him in the winner's circle. But I've liked him a couple times this year, and he's not a bad colt, and he just seems, circumstances have kind of got him. He's hooked into some pretty nice horses, and I just don't see a lot of that in here. I put the 4-horse Wild Dragon in for second out of the Paddy Laney barn. Had a tough trip in her return to the races, had a 10-hole. Anytime you get the 10-hole, you're of course vulnerable to a poor trip, and it happened. And this horse still managed to battle on and be third, which is why I like him, ahead of Spark in the Dark, who's a horse that will likely get a little more play in the mutuals. But I'm going to give the 4 Wild Dragon a shot, and I put the 6 Regal Honor, in for third. Good runner-up effort to Raise Reno, but just a horse that's had a lot of chances, though. That's why I don't want to get too high on it. But I went 2, 4, 6.
I went with the 6 Regal Honor. Just just got beat a half a length last time. Good connections. Terry Clyde and Richard Hamill have always had a lot of success together over the years. Just like I say, just got beat by Raise Reno. Yeah. So these are $3,000 maidens. None of them are very reliable, but I'll go with Regal Honor. Maybe to try and put 2 good performances together in a row. The second spot, I put Spark in the Dark out of the Frank Barry barn. Marlo Dunn retains the mount. Just got beat last time by Nilly's Trick. Another horse that's kind of in form right now. That was a maiden, goes back to, this is another one just for BC bred, so maybe that's kind of in his favor. And in the third spot, I put Wild Dragon, a horse that had an absolutely quite an ugly form on him earlier this year.
I don't know where that race came from. But
then Paddy turned him out for a couple months, figured something out, brought back to the races, and ran a big third. Just got beat a couple lengths. Went from getting beat 20 lengths to just getting beat a couple. So a horse going the right way. So I'll take a shot too there. 6, 7, and 4 for me.
All right, that'll do
it. The Sunday card,
Yeah, that'll do it for our analysis of the Sunday, October 7th program. Up next on screen will be a quick recap of our selections. Here comes my Sunday specials. On to the first race, I went to the 1, Maury's Glory. I went 1-7-6. And the second race, I went to the 5, Yvette's Pride, 5-4-3 for me in the Marathon Series. And the third race, went to the 4, the Speedy Include the Grand. I'm going to go 4, 6, and 2. In the fourth race, once again, some speed. The 4, Sufi Dancer. Hopefully he can wire the field. 4, 8, and 1. In the fifth race, number 5, 5-yard penalty. 5, 5, 5. Yeah, fifth race too. That's the clincher. 5, 7, and 10. In the sixth race, number 8, Random Highs. I'm going to go 8, 4, and 3, but a tough one there. I think you need a few horses in that sixth race. And in the seventh race, I went to the 2, GN Victor, 2, 4, 6.
And on to me. In the first race, I went with the 9, the outside, to Free the Blues over the 1 and the 6. In the second race, the Pacific Customs Brokers Marathon, I went to the 4, Texas Buccaneer over the 5 and 3. In the third, I went to the 6, Diana's Legacy over the 2 and the 4. In the fourth, number 8, Warren's Tony R over the 4 and the 5. In the fifth, I'm with Mike. The fifth race, number 5, 5-yard penalty over the 11 and the 10. In the sixth race, again with Mike, I went with the 8, Random Highs over the 7 and the 4. And then I went to the Terry Clyde runner, number 6, Regal Honor over the 7 and the 4.
Well, that'll do it for this edition of Handicappers Corner. Hopefully we've picked some winners for you on the Sunday program. Don't forget racing this Monday. Holiday Monday, October the 8th, Thanksgiving Day holiday program starts at 1:50. 9 races on tap, 2 stakes races, including the Grade 3 Ballerina for Fillies and Mares Championship honors on the line. Heading that one will be class included, once again up from Seattle, as well as Evelyn Stancer, the 3-year-old filly, going to tackle older mares. Of course, BC Oaks champion. So
Russell Bays, Mario Gutierrez,
riding against each other. They'll be riding against each other again in the BC Premiers. A little later on in the card, Mario will be on Commander, and Russell Bays will be on Jabrika for the Penny Barnes. So lots of excitement on the Holiday Monday card. So please tune in for our next Handicappers Corner, which will be then for the Monday program. On behalf of Drew, I've been Mike Eds. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll see you next time here from the Derby Bar and Grill on Handicappers Corner.
5 to 9 to make it effort 10. He wins by a half according to this here in the telegram. Effort 10.